Welcome back to Table Talk here at Tabletop Collective. This is Boone with no face, and today we've got Will and Tim here.
What's up?
Hello.
Gonna kind of talk about our most recent tournament we just went to for Middle Earth.
Yes.
Don't forget to just check out our YouTube. We got a Patreon, a Twitter, an Instagram, and TikTok. Anything you can think of, just look up Tabletop Collective. And yeah, Patreon has some awesome perks for just $1 a month. So join the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a dollar is all you need to support us, and we'll shout you out in different episodes. We'll talk with you every single day on our Discord. There's lots of different perks going on there, so check us out.
Our Discord has been popping off recently. We are cheap.
Yes. So yeah, we just recently had a tournament last Saturday. We'll date the episode. Today's the 25th. It was on the 21st. It was a 600-point tournament for Middle Earth. Spoiler alert for two of us, it wasn't a great time.
I've already blocked. I've blocked it on my memory altogether.
I landed where I expected to be.
Fair to middling.
Yep.
Yeah, Tim did all right. Me
Yeah.
did not. Does anyone want to kind of talk about their lists or anything, or their matches? Just generally how the tournament went. Tim, did you have a good time at your first Middle Earth tournament?
I did. I enjoyed it. The salt came afterwards when I realized that I was cheated out of an additional VP.
That's right.
Yeah.
What happened there?
So on the last game, their scoring and is just a bit of confusion because I have a hero that actually has a banner, Boromir. But we're scoring on that last scenario. You could get 1 VP if your banner barrier was still standing at the end of the match, or 2 VP if your opponent did not have a banner barrier start at the end of the match. My opponent did not have any banner barriers at all, actually, we found out, so I should have had 2 VP by default, as long as Boromir survived. But he had Aragorn, which, is a hero that acts like a banner, but does not actually carry a banner. So just
he's not.
The proximity to Boromir being a hero that does carry a banner kind of got us both confused there.
Oops.
Okay.
Well, now you know for next time.
Yep.
Yeah. The more you know.
Tim, since you fared better out of us three, why don't you start us off? Tell us a quick little recap of your list and how the first, second, and third matches went.
Sure. So we discussed our list a bit in the last game, but
yeah, you don't have to go super.
Just for this one, it's Menamidas Tirith, led by Boromir, accompanied by Huron and Ingold. Very melee heavy, don't have any shoots, but packing a contingent of knights for like heavy punching power. The strategy worked out about as I expected. The first match was unfortunate, ended up getting tabled. But the guy I lost to also won the whole thing, so I don't feel too bad about that.
Oh, that's nice. That's
nice.
That's not bad. That's always like a slightly feel good, but not really.
Yeah, but also kind of it came down a little bit to RNG there. I had managed to. I realized I had one hope, which was Boromir slingshotting into the objective and grabbing it to score VP and get the objective at the end of the game. But that did not happen. So then my goal became objective denial and just keeping him locked up on the board, which I nearly did, except for the fact that I rolled. We did not. I had priority like 3 turns in a row and did not roll the 1 or 2 needed to end the match. So the game continuing past that break point gave him the opportunity to take the objective and then table me later on. Yeah. But if it had ended at the time, it would have been a 2-1 match.
Boone, do you remember the name of the scenario we played?
Which one? The last one?
No, the first one for the first match.
Retrieval.
That's right.
We just called it. We just called it capture the bacon.
Yeah, capture the bacon. Yeah, you were kind of hamstrung in that one to begin with because you have just a little bit of cav, and that's kind of it. So
well, my cav, he didn't have hardly any cav. So my cav actually, I was pushed up on his objective from the start, and then the majority of his army having poison weapons, and then just possibly the sheer difference in numbers he had. So just amount of numbers plus poison weapons ended up being that he was able to win out in the middle over the longer period of time. But I had destroyed his back line and was about to run away with the objective as I was breaking. So my hope was to break at the same time as stealing it.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
get the points for
Yeah.
taking the objective off of the point. Yeah.
But but the RNG was not with me, so I got tabled. He was
Yeah, that kind of happened to all of us.
Yeah.
RNG.
Yeah, he was playing Serpent Horde and Black Corsairs.
Oof.
So yeah,
Yeah.
just the amount of rerolls he had was stupid gross. But I did manage to kill Peter Jackson, so
Good.
That should be like 10 VP points right there, right?
the second match was against one Mr. Boone Morris.
Hey.
And that one was a major victory for myself. 7-1.
I wrote down notes of all my matches, and for match 1 and 3 I have like these in-depth notes, and our match is just 7-1.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one was fun. That one was I keep on calling it Take and Hold because it's essentially just Warhammer 40k put in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what the name of it, but it's when there's
Capture
5
and Control.
objectives.
Capture and Control, something like that.
Might be capture and
Yeah.
control,
Yeah.
But the one where one objective in the middle and then essentially one halfway to each edge from the middle out.
Yep.
And being a tanky melee heavy army, we had a map terrain set up that was also kind of favorable to that, and that the middle had a lot of cutoff angles, so he couldn't really kite me up to some points. So I was able to establish my quadrant and then melee just blob forward into his back line, and use some cav to keep the side pinched a little bit. But I managed to grab 3 objective points and then slingshot onto a 4th at the end there.
Yep. I tried to do like a little counter charge and get to a couple objectives, but I think the game ended the first turn it could, didn't it?
Yeah.
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 1 actually. That's the
One, yeah,
best one of the entire tournament for me.
It was definitive end to that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I broke in Boone, and was I on the verge of quartering you?
I think you were pretty dang close.
Yeah.
You killed a lot of dudes.
Boone had managed to break me on the very last turn as well, so he scored 1 VP for that. But
Woo! That was my only VP of the entire tournament.
Oh my
That's how
gosh.
good my tournament was.
Yeah, but I was able to essentially control 1 choke point using Huron and the Citadel Guard just to smack down whoever tried to come on that side. And then off of was it off of heroic combat? No, it was a heroic combat on the last one on the objective closest to you, I believe, on your deployment zone. But that one I just kind of finagled my new maneuvering onto the objective on that side, and then the one over by you, I had managed to I think heroic combat Boromir off of a fight onto the objective or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
It was good.
And your last game?
And my last game was against Army of the Dead, led by Strider, and that was the one that if I had that was a loss 6-2, should have been 6-3. You found out, or 5-3 actually, should have been 5-3. Yeah,
the banner.
Yeah. But or no, should have been 6-3. It was 7-2 as the way it scored. So it scored as a major loss for me, but it should have been a minor. So I should have also had 1 additional turning point.
Yeah.
But I had it kind of got boned by RNG because it's the Ancient Relics or something like that. The one with the Maelstrom deployment and the RNG objective ended up being in the furthest corner from me in Woodlands. And we had already kind of met our blobs in the middle, so the only people I could get out of there were Cav, and then he just gave the relic to his infantry in the woods. So I'm like, well, I can't really charge that effectively, or at all even. So what I decided to do, and I should have committed to a turn earlier, was double back my Cav into the main line. Because I had him 1 model away from breaking. I also had managed to score 2 wounds on Aragorn just with
Ooh.
Warriors of Minas Tirith. In one fight,
That's awesome.
I had spear support and two sword and shield guys fighting Aragorn, so I had 3 dice in there. Aragorn had 3 attacks, so I won the roll
Jeez.
off, and then I rolled 5-5, 5-5-6, and then he did a fate check and ended up rolling like 2 2s and then a 5. So I was 1
Wow.
wound away from killing Aragorn.
Wow.
And
With just Men of Gondor. That's impressive.
and if I got my knights in there, I would have got it, broke him, and then also I would have ended the game 6-6, so it would have ended in a draw.
Nice.
So then I would have ended the tournament 1-1-1, which would have been the best possible scenario, but we ran into time at the end there. If I had 10 more minutes, whatever, it probably would have happened that way. But we ran into the clock with the tournament kind of being slow to start, and then also with the delay in lunches due to special guest star with the delay in lunches due to our lunch not actually being there. So
yeah, that fiasco. You actually would have won, wouldn't you? Because if you have a banner remaining and the opponent doesn't, you get 2 VPs.
Right, I would have 2 VPs for that. Would have had 2 VPs for killing their leader while my leader remains, and then 2 VPs for breaking them while you remain unbroken.
Okay.
So
I thought you were counting 1 for the banner.
No, yeah. So I would have had 6, and then we would have had 6 for holding the relic.
Mm-hmm. At least you had a relic in yours. We didn't even. I think highest we rolled was a 3 in our game, so we didn't even get to see a relic when we uncovered everything. So
I believe the word in that one is that if all 5 are picked up, the last one becomes the relic.
Oh, we did not play it like that at all. Whoops! Oh no, I think what it was is the last one. My opponent put it on like his far left corner, and then just nobody got to that one. I think that's what ended up happening.
Okay.
So we never ended up digging up that one, but
yeah.
So let's see. I took the Easterlings. I took the 2 new heroes, Rutabi and Brogir, and then just a smattering of different Easterlings. 3 horses, so I had a little bit of cav, and then 3 chariots, 1 chieftain, and then 2 regular charioteers, who usually do well. This weekend was awful. I don't think I got more than 4 kills total in a match. Maybe 5 one match with all 3 of them combined. And usually I'm wiping out warbands and warbands with the chariot. So it was frustrating to say the least. I don't think any of them actually fully died. In one game, 3 of them got bashed off of the chariot. But they all survived afterwards, which was a miracle. I have no idea how. But the first match, I knew immediately I was in trouble because my opponent had Angmar and he had Golivar.
Mm-hmm.
So Golivar's got some flappy wings, and so he traveled 12 inches a turn until he got to my objective and just grabbed it and flew off the board the opposite direction. So there's nothing I can do about it. And that was the only VPs he got. And I think by the end of that game, I had gotten to my objective. We ran out of time and I couldn't get that moved. But I think I might have killed. I was almost close to breaking him, so I almost got a VP for that. But I was swinging wet floppy noodles the entire day. I would win a duel and then just could not kill. It was so frustrating. The second game, let's see, capture and control. I did everything I possibly could have done correctly. I just lost every single duel, every single time. And I think I won priority turn 0, so for setup, and then didn't win priority again after that. Yeah, so there was nothing I could have done. I just didn't have the rolls with me, and lost everything. I ended up getting a minor loss that one because I controlled 3 objectives at the end, or 2 objectives at the end. And I think I managed to get just a cheeky wound on the leader, which
cheeky wound.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up doing it, but I'll take it. It's a victory point. So I ended up getting one tournament point out of that, and that was all I scored. Because the third game was even worse than the other ones. I did manage to take out a good chunk of Thror's warband with my chariots because it was Maelstrom. So I wound up. I won priority of that. Go figure. My chariot warband rolled a 1, so they couldn't come on, which I was actually thankful for. Turn 2, I rolled a 6, so I could put them anywhere, and I put them right behind Thror and tried to, team Ramrod. I think I killed 4 of his guys, and then just smacked right into Thror and couldn't do anything. And he took out all 3 chariots, but my guys still survived. They just ran off because I couldn't do anything with them. And then Rogier had a heyday with Trimmer because he played. It was Iron Hills and Army of Thror allied, and so he kept all of his guys in a shield wall. And so Brogier he came in on the board and then just targeted the first guy in the shield wall and just Trimmered all the way down the line for like 4 turns in a row.
Nice.
So yeah, that was like the small, like fun silver lining for that match. But other than that, we dug up everything except for one heirloom. Couldn't find any of them, and I think I was 1 guy away from breaking him again because I couldn't win anything. I was actually winning duels this time, but it was just pushing people back. I just could not kill anything. So very frustrating day to say the least.
That you did.
Still had fun though.
You did get best painted army.
I did, yeah. I did win best army, which was surprising because they're just Easterlings. I didn't really do anything special with their paint scheme, but
Well, you brought a display board, which is like 50% of the battle.
Usually, Mitchell brings a display board and he wins almost every single time. So I was like, you know what,
your board was pretty dope.
I'm gonna take a page out of his book, and so I brought a display board, and maybe that was it. I don't know, but next time I think my display board is gonna be even cooler because I got a better idea for my next army.
I gotta find a way to like stencil in some Tron lines so I can make a display board for my Stormcast and just make it look like they're in a Matrix or something.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sweet.
Boone, how was your day?
Not good. I got 1 VP the entire tournament for breaking Tim. My first match was pretty bad. I broke in turn 3. I played against Sam. He had Mordor with 2 Great Beasts of Gargaroth.
Oh, that's
which
right.
I've never played against before. Yeah, and they just steamrolled over me.
Very fun.
Wiped out my entire army in like 2 turns. Broke on turn 3. Game kept going, so I thought maybe I had a chance. But I used all my might on all my guys that had March. Which my strategy was to use Heroic March and try to grab the bacon and run away.
Mm-hmm.
But I just used the might to keep him alive because he just tied him up and outplayed me. So it was pretty bad.
Well, it's kind of hard to do much of anything when you've got 2 great beasts just sandwiching you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they take up so much of the board. They don't even have to pivot. They can just turn into whatever direction they want.
That is a load. I didn't think that was the case. I thought it was chariot style, so they'd have to pivot.
It's crazy. I thought I was being cheeky and dodged one, and then he just went boop and turned it towards my guy.
Future spoilers for maybe potential content. I'm not looking forward to Will Seraphon just being big lizards and like, by the way, we're doing a skirmish game, and I have a base twice the size of yours.
Yeah. I've got a little lizard man coming at you. Little mini Godzillas.
Those will be pretty cool. I'm excited to see those painted up. Yeah, game 2 was against him. He already touched on it, but yeah, I got 1 VP. Woo woo.
Better than 0.
Better than 0. I'm happy that one of our boys had a little bit better day than us.
Yeah, representing the zip code at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And game 3 was
did you get Sauron?
One I always forget.
Yeah, you want to get
Marcus.
Sauron.
Marcus with his Sauron and 20-something orcs and a ring wraith. I just didn't deploy very smartly with Maelstrom. I kind of bunched half of my army together. He was able to deploy Sauron right behind my army and his 24 orcs or whatever.
Jeez.
And you can't charge when you first come in, Maelstrom.
Mm-hmm.
But he compelled one of my guys to get into base contact with him. And then hurled that horse into 4 more horses, which knocked Théoden off of his mount. Théoden
Oh
died
my
turn 2.
gosh.
So it's film
That
accurate.
was my leader.
Yep.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Different eras, but film accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sauron just yeeted a horse into 4 more horses and Théoden and just murked them
It was
all.
pretty,
Um,
Sauron with the Witch King of Angmar, and, you know,
Yeah.
same vibe.
Yeah,
You got yourself a match right there.
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy. Sauron's pretty nuts. I ended up at the end of the match, Durin ran up to him and gave him a good little 3-wound thrashing. Just kind of backhanded him a little bit, and then I lost. Um,
You
And
are
none of
in
the relics I
style.
digged up.
That's the most important thing.
That's right. Every relic we dug up except the last one, we rolled a 5. I think it was pretty crazy.
Oh,
And you need to
jeez.
roll a 6 to dig up the relic.
hmm
And I couldn't really do anything because it was either he had to control 2 relics, I control 1, and it was either I dig up 1, and if it's not it, then he just digs up both the other 2 and gets the relic and wins. Or I wait for him to dig the relics up, but he had so many like numbers over me,
I believe there's
he could just not dig them up for the whole game and just rush at me with his
Yeah.
guys, What, Tim?
I was saying, I think you might have got boned by book interpretation there, because I believe it says that once one roll goes uncovered, the other markers are discarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
I was gonna say, I think he was saying like he was gonna wait for Marcus to dig up his to see if they were
okay.
all false, and then he'd
Yeah.
save his for
Okay.
last.
Yeah.
Which I was talking to Marcus and I think it was Brian afterwards, and they said that's pretty much how every time the scenario comes up, that's how it goes down. Is they just wait till there's one left, and then that person just digs it up because they know that's the relic and they win.
There you go. Yeah.
Which is kind of lame. I'm not really a huge fan of that scenario.
I'm not either.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people
It
are.
was weird. Yeah, I think it got kind of a collective groan when I got chosen.
You know,
Yeah.
I believe Pat, the tournament organizer, is saying that he absolutely loathes that scenario. So he's glad he took the bye.
Yeah.
I need to
he
play
leaves
him
it up to
still.
the
I've
dice
not played
gods.
him. Which is fun. I like it because we get to play everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Props to Marcus for wrecking me. And I'll just plug his show, the Durin Show. The 3 Hammond brothers, they've got the Durin Show, their own podcast, and they have a couple battle reps on their YouTube channel too. We'll link them in the description. Another set of awesome creators in our little community we have. I'll toot their horn a little bit. Toot toot. They're probably the guys, at least in the Portland area. Them and Brian are like the guys to beat in my mind.
Yeah.
Just every time I've played any of them, I get dookied on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian saying that he had legitimate fears that I would take it and sneak out the victory gave me like the biggest like butterflies of the day.
Oh shucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some great players in the group. A lot of good dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, not a great night. Still had a lot of fun, but I told this to Sam during our match. I was like, the competitive person in me is having an awful time, and I hate this, but I'm still having fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I said similar thing to Paul. I was like, I'm laughing on the outside, but deep inside, I'm seething.
See,
Yeah, it was fun.
My
go ahead.
My expectations were fair to Midland, and that's where I landed. So
Yeah.
You did it. So yeah,
Called your shot.
mission accomplished.
Are you
That's
guys
just the-
thinking taking different armies for the next tournament?
same army, but we were kind of talking about the change in the list. Going to be dropping 1 Fountain Court and 1 Knight to upgrade Boromir to Aragorn, Keen, LSR.
Yeah.
So I can.
I think that's smart.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can use all of Huron's rolls with him, allowing essentially Huron to reroll both fight rolls, which would be getting 2 rerolls on the duel.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But then the wounding on 4s or 3s depending. And if I charge hero on foot, throwing 8 dice at them, wounding on 3s.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
he's crazy, man. I was so close to having my first fully painted army for a tournament. I'll probably just stick with the same list so I can have them all painted.
Yeah.
But I'll put in gambling instead of like a captain or whatever. I'll mess around with the list a little bit and then add in the 2 royal guards we have.
I mean, to be fair, you're still kind of figuring out the army, the ins and outs. Like, there's certain scenarios on it where you know what you're gonna do, and you kind of dunk on people. But I think
Yeah.
all three of those scenarios that we have this last weekend, you hadn't played with at Legion yet.
Mhm.
So
I think that's
No, yeah. No.
I think that's the thing to get people when interested into like Warhammer and what I'm trying to do with this is you mess around with some armies to start, but once you find your army, just play that one until you
yeah,
know it inside and out, and then experiment from there.
yeah.
But like when you get to the point where like your special rules are rolling on the back of your eyelids, that's when you can pick up a second army.
Yeah, and that's why, good segue, I'm changing my army to something completely different this next time. I'm gonna roll with Warriors of the Last Alliance, and I'm gonna take both Rivendell and Numenor. Haven't totally decided what I'm gonna lock down
That's
yet
gonna be
on.
fun.
Kind of depends on the points level. We usually play around 600, so Gilgalad for sure because he's an absolute beast of a hero. And then I'm deciding whether or not to take Elendil and a few less warriors, or Isildur in the Ring and a few more warriors.
Yeah.
Um,
So if we get
but go for it.
say if we get paired and it's Isildur versus Elisar, we could have a fight to see who's the best wielder of Andriel.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Well, technically, in the profiles, Elendil has what do they call it, Narsil.
It's Narsil.
So
Yeah.
so he gets the cool blade. Isildur gets he only gets the ring. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm gonna mount them all up too. So I've got conversions coming for them. Hopefully, this
that'd be
army's
cool.
gonna look super sick.
I'm going to run the next one. The next list I do, I think I'm gonna go evil, and I'm playing around with either Army of Gothmog or Dunland, or a Dunland Isengard combo.
Yeah,
So we'll
might
see. We'll see
have
what
to do a
happens.
combo first because they're just crazy expensive, and we don't have that many models.
Yeah,
So.
which is why I bought I bought a pack of third-party models that I'm gonna pretend are Dunland.
Just proxy in
I'm
some
not.
Chaos Warriors.
Yeah, which
You're
that brings us to our
proxying?
next thing, kinda. Yeah. Ooh.
It's not proxy. It's a
I'm
kit
trying to
bash.
finish.
I kit
Yeah,
kit
the kit
bashed
bash.
one model onto an MSB base.
To the base.
Yep, that's right. No, we're all starting to. I mean, me and Will, Tim, you've already got your stuff put together and pretty much painted, but me and Will are getting some of our guys put together for Sigmar, because we're gonna be.
Oh God.
Tim's gonna be guiding Will and I through that a bit.
Yes, as I step on my cord there, but yeah, we're going to be doing Age of Sigmar with the Neon Stormcast. But we're going to be
Yeah, we've.
you're going to be doing at least to start off Warcry and lead that into a narrative campaign for Warcry. And then use that as time for people to build up armies and then transition into Age of Sigmar proper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just got some fun video ideas. Got some fun video ideas coming up, kind of around that stuff, and
Yeah.
just trying to pump out some more content regularly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And doing these.
just things all together. I mean, we're trying to be as active as we possibly can, even if it's just a simple picture, but anything and everything.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into Sigmar a little bit more. I've only played like twice. But
Any
it
GW
was fun.
property, like Warhammer is my first love, so going back to any Warhammer is fantastic for me.
Yeah.
If anyone's in our Discord, they can tell because I'm just like Warcry, Warhammer, yes, Warhammer, Warcry.
Yeah.
Who's war crying
But
tonight?
I'm excited. It's gonna be sick. I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, just the aesthetic of Sigmar is pretty cool.
I do like how it's
Some of the different armies.
yeah, it's fantasy on meth. It's just everything is cranked up to 11.
Yeah,
And mushrooms.
Yes. Well, if you're
and everything else.
if the Idonath Deepkin literally on mushrooms, you have a bunch of cave dwelling elves that subsist on fungi and small cave fish.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Well, unless there's anything else you guys want to touch on, I think that's good for this little tournament recap. And yeah, we can kind of yeah. Well, we got some stuff coming out pretty soon. Gonna start editing in the next day or two. I'll just kind of a little video recap of the tournament. Just for the people who don't listen to this or watch it on YouTube or whatever. But got some fun stuff coming down the pipeline that we're all super excited about.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
our next battle report video is going to be a Legion, Star Wars Legion video. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll have that up here a couple weeks probably.
Spicy legions.
Yeah. Spicy Legions. All right. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
Keep on tabling. Hey, keep on tabling. That's actually a thing.
On table.
Yeah.